You are walking through your garden, checking your favorite potted plants, your tomato vines, or perhaps that expensive indoor calathea you have been trying so hard to keep alive. Everything looks fine from a distance, but as you turn over one of the broad green leaves, you see it. A cluster of tiny, pale green or white specks. But these are not flat against the leaf like normal insect eggs. They are hovering. Each tiny oval is suspended in midair, resting perfectly at the tip of a microscopic, hair-like thread. It looks alien. It looks like a fungus, a mold, or worse, the quiet beginning of a massive pest infestation. You feel that familiar, frustrating sink in your stomach. You have lost plants before. You know how fast a few insects can multiply, turning healthy green foliage into yellowed, withered husks in a matter of days. Your instinct takes over. You reach for the spray bottle, insecticidal soap, harsh chemical pesticides, or even just a heavy blast from the garden hose. You point the nozzle. Your finger tightens on the trigger. You are ready to wash this bizarre growth away and sanitize your plant. And honestly, that reaction makes sense. You are trying to protect your home. But before you press down, stop. Put the spray bottle down for 1 second. Step back and look closer at that leaf. Look at the deliberate structure of those threads. E converso tandostamentos. Because what tem que tener ali de perceja? Mas afetiu, lisenhos nestes gestos. Merefício protemos iurdestesas, nia de arnods uniore de dedos. Tenavrio veio desta não de ler vlacisto. Eu a suidor, mas o mais a colegobras esto. Minastira iars bele de liceu, né? Desois to dele centri coloxa chrovoi, hen, a gestavi descardes de sempre, meros vipoli uro collective lander rose plicasum frequio se num necessico comparada vistrans de sorple coiso e o fulfil do sé. To understand the massive mistake you almost made, you have to look at the architecture. Why are these eggs not just glued to the surface of the leaf like almost every other insect egg in the world? Why go through the incredible biological effort to spin a silk stalk and balance a single egg on top of it? Nature does not waste energy on elaborate architecture for no reason. And this is where the story becomes uncomfortable. The mother who laid these eggs, a delicate, green, lace-winged insect that often flutters around porch lights at night, knows exactly what kind of monster she is giving birth to. Her offspring are not herbivores. They are entirely, aggressively carnivorous. If she were to lay these eggs in a normal, flat cluster, the very first baby to hatch would not immediately look for food in the garden. It would simply turn to the left, look at its unhatched brothers and sisters, and eat them alive. The microscopic stalks are not there to protect the eggs from you. They are a desperate survival mechanism designed to keep the siblings from cannibalizing each other the moment they are born. The stalk forces the newborn to climb down to the leaf surface, away from the rest of the nursery, and begin its hunt elsewhere. But the strangest part is not how they are born. It is what they become the second their feet touch the leaf. While the adult green lacewing drinks nectar and pollen, its larva is a creature so vicious and relentlessly hungry that entomologists have given it a terrifying nickname: the aphid lion. Imagine a microscopic alligator pacing the surface of your plant. It does not look like a peaceful garden bug. It is a bristled, highly mobile hunter armed with a pair of massive, hollow, sickle-shaped jaws extending from its head. While you are sleeping, while you are at work, while you are watching television, these tiny predators are patrolling the stems, the hidden undersides of leaves, and the deep crevices of your plants. They are actively hunting the things you hate: aphids, spider mites, thrips, whiteflies, and mealybugs. The actual pests that drain the life out of your garden. When an aphid lion finds its prey, it does not just take a bite. The hunt is an act of pure, calculated fluid dynamics. It uses those sickle-shaped jaws to violently impale the pest. But these jaws are not solid teeth. They are hollow tubes. Like microscopic hypodermic needles, the predator injects a highly toxic, digestive enzyme directly into the pest's bloodstream. Within seconds, the prey's internal organs are completely liquefied. The aphid lion then uses those exact same hollow jaws to suck the pest completely dry, essentially drinking it like a juice box, until nothing is left but a shriveled, empty husk. And here is the part that changes everything. They don't just kill, they use their victims. In the wild, pests like aphids are often not alone. They are actively farmed and protected by highly organized colonies of ants. The ants harvest the sugary honeydew the aphids produce, and in exchange, the ants act as ruthless security guards, attacking anything that tries to eat their flock. An aphid lion should be torn apart by these ant patrols, but it has evolved a brilliant, deeply morbid solution. After an aphid lion drinks its prey dry, some species do not just drop the empty carcass. They take the drained, hollowed-out husk of their victim, lift it up, and toss it onto their own back. They possess special, hook-like bristles specifically designed to hold onto debris. They do this again and again. Every time they kill, they add a body to the pile. Soon, the predator is completely buried under a towering mound of dead, desiccated aphids. It becomes a walking graveyard. Why? Because when a security guard ant walks up to check the perimeter, it does not see a predator. It just smells the scent of dead aphids. The ant touches the pile of corpses with its antennae, assumes it is just a mound of natural debris, and walks right past. The aphid lion uses the bodies of its victims as a cloaking device, allowing it to remain completely undetected in the middle of a heavily guarded enemy camp, eating them one by one. Let that settle for a moment. This silent, brutal, microscopic war is happening right now, completely out of sight. On the very leaf you are about to soak in pesticides. A single one of these larvae can devour up to 300 pests in just a couple of weeks. They are insatiable. They will clear a localized infestation with a ruthless efficiency that no chemical spray could ever truly match, because they hunt the survivors hiding inside the tightly curled leaves where your spray would never reach. The eggs you thought were the start of an infestation were actually the deployment of a microscopic army. If you had pressed that trigger, if you had wiped those suspended eggs away with a wet towel, you would have committed a terrible strategic error. You would have effectively murdered your own bodyguards. By killing the predator, you would have left the entire plant completely defenseless, allowing the real pests, the aphids and the mites that were already gathering nearby to multiply without consequence. The ugly thing on your plant was not the disease. It was the warning sign and the ultimate cure. If a mother lacewing decided to painstakingly spin her delicate, floating nursery on your specific plant, she did not do it randomly. She placed those eggs there because her instincts told her there was an abundant food source nearby. The presence of these eggs means there are pests lurking somewhere on that plant that you haven't noticed yet. But you don't need to panic, because she has already handled the problem for you. So, what exactly should you do the next time you find these hovering, alien-like threads attached to your vegetables, your roses, or your living room calathea? You do absolutely nothing. You back away. You do not touch them with your bare hands. You certainly do not scrape them off, and you keep the chemical spray bottles locked away in the garage. If they are outdoors, let the wind and the sun dictate their hatching. If you found them on a potted plant that you just bought and brought inside your home, leave the plant near a cracked window or place it safely on a covered porch until they hatch and do their job. You just observe. Next time you walk into your garden with your morning coffee and you spot a patch of strange, hovering white dots underneath a leaf, do not look at them with disgust. Look closely at the brilliant, desperate architecture holding them up. Think about the ravenous, corpse-wearing hunters preparing to break out of those shells. You almost destroyed a perfect system because nobody ever told you how it worked. If you have ever found these strange little eggs on a plant and completely misunderstood what they were, tell me in the comments what you did with them. And make sure to subscribe, because the next weird, gross, or terrifying thing you almost remove from your home might just be protecting you in a way you never expected.